Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling, enjoying this beautiful Philadelphia weather, man. I figured I'd tap in with y'all to currently discuss what's going on in the sport of boxing. But before we get into all of that, if y'all could please hit the like button on the way in, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K, we well into the 3,500 mark. Looking to crack that 3,600 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. All right, y'all. I had a few people hit me up about this. Seen it on group chats, texts, DMs, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people want to know exactly what my thoughts are on this whole situation that's currently ongoing in the welterweight division. According to multiple reports, it's looking like Keyshawn Davis has officially been named the #1 contender in the WBO in the welterweight division. For those of y'all who don't know who the WBO welterweight champion of the world is, it will be Devin "The Dream" Haney, who should be coming out with an announcement soon in regard to a big signing with Zuffa Boxing. That's what it's looking like to me. So he should be looking to fight, sometime soon. Sorry, I thought that person was talking to me. That should be coming out soon. He should be having a fight date sometime soon, as it looks like they were taking their time negotiating, and it seems like they'll be finalizing that date at any moment. So it looks like the WBO took it upon themselves to, make Keyshawn Davis the #1 guy in the WBO. Now, is that necessarily a shock or a surprise to us? Absolutely not, because when you look at the history that the WBO and Top Rank have, which, that's the promoter that Keyshawn Davis is signed to, they've always given Top Rank fighters WBO title shots. You know what I'm saying? They have a pretty good relationship, to the point where people say the WBO stands for whatever Bob orders. So that's not a surprise whatsoever, especially taking into consideration that Keyshawn Davis won the WBO title off of, Baranchek at 135 pounds. It's not a shock or a surprise to anybody that Keyshawn is all of a sudden getting a shot towards Devin Haney. Now, does this necessarily mean that the fight is going to happen anytime soon? No, not at all. And if you listen to Keyshawn Davis' latest interviews, especially after the Nair Albright fight, he said that he didn't want to fight Nair Albright. He said that he wanted to fight guys like Devin Haney, Oscar Duarte, but Top Rank didn't want him to fight them guys at that moment. So the question ultimately becomes, just based off of that statement alone, is Top Rank okay with Keyshawn stepping off of the porch to face Devin Haney in his welterweight debut? Is that the fight that you're going to take at your first fight at 147 pounds? It's a tough question, man. Devin Haney's not an easy style for anybody. You know what I'm saying? He presents some obstacles, in fights that, if you're not, if you don't have a certain toolbox, if you're not capable of making adjustments, if you're not experienced at a high level, it may be very difficult to overcome, man. Devin Haney, fast hands, fast feet, great jab, fast hands. You know what I'm saying? And he has great ring IQ. I think he has sneaky power, to be honest with you. He's accurate. Underrated body attack whenever he takes that approach. Boxes at long range pretty well. So when you take all of that into consideration, Keyshawn Davis is somebody who, we've seen in the past get hit with right hands. We've seen him get frustrated in fights. You know what I'm saying? Showing a little bit of immaturity on a pro setting. It's going to be very interesting to see how he deals with somebody like Devin Haney. But Keyshawn has his own great qualities as well. I think that he has great combination punching, accurate puncher in his own right, intelligent, great killer instinct, good finishing ability as well. Comes in great shape, and that's another thing that Devin Haney does well. Superb conditioning. You know what I'm saying? And if we're talking about discipline, Devin Haney has shown to be the more disciplined fighter than Keyshawn Davis, considering the fact that, Keyshawn, whenever you see him, he testing positive for marijuana, or, he's admitting to drinking during camp and stuff like that, and dealing with mental health issues and, all of that sort of stuff. So there's definitely some cons going into this fight with Devin Haney. If you're Keyshawn, maybe Top Rank notices that, and that's why they're not really too sure of throwing him in them type of fights this soon. But regardless, Top Rank must see something if they're okay with the WBO making him #1. I highly doubt the WBO would make Keyshawn #1 without, having some sort of conversation with them. and his team. So maybe they are setting up for a huge fight, you know, maybe later on this year. I could see Keyshawn Davis having, you know, a fight at 147 prior to fighting Devin Haney. I could see Devin Haney, you know, fighting, you know, a contender in the WBO rankings at 47 before, you know, getting himself in the mix. But the Haneys, they want the fight now. So is Keyshawn Davis, is Top Rank, going to be willing to make that fight happen next? We'll see in due time. I don't think it happens, to be honest with you. I think they're going to move cautious. They're going to move calculated. If they fight Devin Haney and they welterweight debut, I'll be very impressed. I'll be proven wrong. And we will be having ourselves a great fight. Another great fight in 2026. You feel what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about the WBO making Keyshawn Davis the #1 contender for Devin Haney's welterweight strap, man. Does the fight happen next? Does it not happen next? Y'all let me know in the comments below. This is Marcus Rosa, a.k.a. Mazuma TV. I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'll be back at y'all with a live tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Until then, have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.